Welcome back, folks. Today we're gonna talk about something very important, puzzles, which you can do on the chess.com app. In case you want to get better at chess, I really do suggest you get a chess.com account in which you can do puzzles. So chess is a game of pattern recognition mostly. It's actually not so much about intelligence as it is about recognizing patterns, and doing puzzles is a great way to do that. In the coming videos I'm just going to take you through some puzzles, my thought process during the puzzles, and maybe you can learn something from that. So let's go. So white just moved, so we're black, and as you can see we have a pawn that's close to promotion, so I guess this is a no-brainer. We push the pawn, our pawn is going to get there way faster than the other pawn, and we get a queen. Okay, here this is a very important pattern to remember. When we see the enemy king is stuck between three pawns and he can't just escape right away, and we can give a check with a king or a rook, then it's checkmate. So always be scanning for those. Just in general in puzzles, try to be scanning for checks, and especially these kind of checks, they are checkmates. Alright, we are white, so let's see. First we're gonna see if we can give a check. So I do not see a check I can give. So then the next thing we're gonna look for is captures. Something we can capture. Something we can capture for free. Let's see. Well, I can see that my queen is looking at the knight and nothing is defending that knight, so maybe we should just go ahead and take it, and it turns out to be the right answer. So always first look for checks and then for captures. Okay, our pawn has just been eaten by the king, and I've got a feeling like if we take this pawn and then he takes this pawn, our pawn is gonna get there faster than this pawn. So let's see. Turns out it was the right answer. So in these kind of things, just look how you can get your pawn fastest across. Alright. Dangerous situation here. Uh-oh, they're on the verge of making a queen. And we only have a rook, we're dead lost. But wait a minute. Look about that pattern that we talked about earlier. The king is stuck behind three pawns and has no way out if we give it a check with a rook or a queen. So there we go, but the rook comes back, but that's not our problem. We just take it. And now the bishop has to block, but it doesn't matter because nothing defends. And that's how it's done. So a weird situation here. The rook comes to attack my queen. I don't know why, who would ever play that move, but obviously it's a free rook, and it comes with an additional check. And after the rook would block, it would be checkmate. Okay? Okay, rook comes flying in here, taking one of our pawns. But are we concerned about that? No, because we're gonna just go off our checklist. Do we have a check? Yes, we have multiple checks. Well, actually no, we only have one check. Well, we have this check, but it doesn't work because the bishop can take. We have this check, but it doesn't work because the knight can take. So the checks with the queen aren't that good, but we have a rook here as well. Guess what? That's checkmate. You can block with the bishop, but then we take the bishop, and then that's checkmate after the knight blocks. So it would lead to checkmate. Alright? Good. Okay. So what are we looking for? What are we looking for? What are we looking for? We're looking for checks. And there are two checks we can give. Which one works? This one doesn't work because of the bishop. So I'm guessing this one. And the bishop has to block. Take the bishop, and it's checkmate because the king has nowhere to go. Alright, great stuff here, ladies and gentlemen. So, what's going on here? The bishop is taken. We can take that bishop with check. Should we? I think we should. And now the king has to move, and then you take with the rook. And it's checkmate. Okay? Great. Okay. So, again, we're gonna go off from our checklist. Are there any checks in this position? To be fair, I don't see a check that works. But I also don't see a capture right away that works, because this is defended. But wait a minute, we've got the bishop over here that can take the knight, thus removing the defender of the rook. This is a bit of a harder puzzle, I have to admit. So my thought process is here, taking the knight, attacking the queen. So the queen has to move somewhere. And if the rook takes us, we win the queen and we win the knight. So that's what I'm gambling on. Okay? Okay, great. So we win a queen. We just won a piece with that combination. Okay? So always, if something is defending and you can possibly remove it like that, it's a great way. Okay. So here you have to look for piece combinations attacking one square. So we can see our queen. Our queen is very obvious. It's looking at this. If we can get our queen here, it's checkmate. Well, obviously it has to be defended. And there is actually a piece defending that square, the bishop. So they're both staring at this square. So we just move in and we deliver checkmate. Great. Okay. What's going on here? We're in trouble. Or are we? We've got to check. And where can the king go? Can't go here. Can't go there. That seems like checkmate to me. Boom. Checkmate. Okay, again. We're looking for checks. Can I give a check with the most powerful piece? Always try to look if you can give a check with the most powerful piece, that be the queen. We would love to get the queen here, but we need some support. Wait a minute, on the other side of the board, that's a bishop helping me, and that's checkmate. Okay. Oh, a rook was a little greedy taking that knight, leaving the king in that position that we've talked about before. And here we go. Give a check. Has to block, and that's GG. Okay, so we're white. What has just happened? The king has moved. Now, you always got to see where can the king escape to. King can't go here, king can't go here. So what if we take away this square from the king? Then I think it's lights out, right? And that's it. Checkmate. So always look for checks and see what is the best check. So that's actually checkmate, you know. Count the escape squares of the king. And if he has none, then try to take away the last escape square. All right. Oh, another beautiful combination here. So you might be tempted to be like, oh, I gotta capture back this bishop, but no, eyes on the prize. This knight is also looking at this pawn, and so is our queen. And we know if we get our queen in front of the king, in his face, on the back rank, it's GG. Same story here. We've got a king on the last rank. We've got two pieces staring at that square. Easy bueno. That's checkmate. All right. We're black. We're always looking for checks. How can we give a check? Can we give a check? Yeah, we can. I think this is a check. It's defended. But then you gotta ask yourself, can the king escape? Yes, he can. So maybe that's not it. So what is it? I gotta say, I'm asking myself that very question right now. So okay, let's say we do give him a check here. He moves over here. We give him a check there. I suppose he has no escape squares because of his pawn. So let's see if I'm right. Oh, the puzzle doesn't even give me the chance because he would go over here. That's the only legal move. Then we would go here, and then he's got no escape square because every square is taken away. Okay. We are white. Okay, I'm seeing a very obvious check. Because it's two pieces looking at that pawn. But then let's also calculate where the king can go to afterwards. If we give a check, we always give a check with the most powerful. Well, the only piece that we can check with is the rook. So we're not going to take with the knight. We're going to take with the rook, okay? Because it also comes with check. So let's see. The king can't go here because of the knight. The king can't go here because of the rook. The king can't go here because of the rook. So in my book, that's checkmate, and it is. All right. All right. So we're pinned. This is very annoying when this happens to you. If the knight can pin your two rooks, you're like, ah, man. But sometimes you can get out of it. How can you get out of it? With a check. Ooh. This is looking bad. Real bad. Or is it? This is a mistake by our opponent, I believe. Because he would lose a piece in the end. So we can take his queen. If he takes our queen, we just take it with the king. So what do? We take the queen. And then we take the rook. And we're up a rook in the end game. Alright, so this is the first part of the puzzle series. I do really encourage you to start making puzzles yourself because they are a great way to really get some patterns down that will reoccur a lot in the game and could make the difference between winning an end game or making a winning move in the middle game, which is so crucial to becoming a better player. Alright, see ya.